Okay. Let me start that again.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right, so let me introduce myself to everyone again. I started my journey back in 2016 as a furniture painter. I decided I wanted to paint furniture, and I did that for a few years. That was successful, but then I decided to dive into creating content in YouTube. That was my first goal. At that point, I was just I was posting on Instagram, but there was not video form on Instagram. So I went on YouTube and I started posting videos. A few years after that, I think about maybe a year or a year and a half, that Carlos joined me, and we started growing our community on YouTube by posting content every week. Then we got TikTok involved in all that, new form of short videos on Instagram, Facebook. So as everything was coming, I was just jumping into it and creating content for that, experimenting without any experience. And that's how we, went through this journey, and that's how we are where we are now. So my goal, our really goal for today, is to help you guys grow your social media, because growing your social media will help you so much with your, sales, bring sales in, because people just want to see how the product is used. If you show them the product, is not the same as if they see how that product is being used. They are more likely to purchase that product. So that's why when we see something new out there on the market and we want to buy it, but we never use it, we run to YouTube to check it out, to check out how you can use that product. And that makes you decide if you want to go on that journey or you don't want to go on that journey if it's too difficult for you. But majority of people just go to YouTube now first. So YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is they have different different how you say that, audience different audience, like every platform has different audience, like True. So you pretty much now in 2022 pretty much,
I think it's not even so much a different audience, it's just they expect a different form of content depending where they are. Yes,
it's that. What I was trying to say is that different audience, like if you promote your products and you show people what you have, what you're selling on YouTube, you're missing out on TikTok, where is a younger crowd, younger generation people. Correct. So you want to try, and then
but all this is changing because they're kind of all like meshing and blending. There's a bunch of the older generation getting on TikTok and short form video, and there's a bunch of, I guess, even younger people coming to YouTube constantly. So it's always changing. Because I guess the theme of this is, creating content to better your business, and the most important ingredient to that is consistency. And it's probably been said before, you've heard that before, and it sounds cliche, but that's really the beginning stages for success, because success could, depending on how you measure it, could take you a while. It depends what you measure as I'm successful now, what numbers you want to reach or whatever, but consistency will get you better over time. So that's kind of the most important thing. And then everything Kacha was mentioning about, she was constantly experimenting and jumping on new platforms. Some of them we were later on, like TikTok, we jumped on late. Some of them we never even jumped on yet. So the process is really up to you. When they say the word consistency, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to make 2 or 3 pieces of content a day, but whatever it is you're going to commit to, you should be consistent at that to start. Meaning, if I'm going to, let's say, some of you guys out there have the time to do multiple platforms. Well, that's great. But if you have to pick one, then pick one. Let's say it's Instagram, then give yourself a small goal to keep consistent. Like, I'm going to create one reel every month or every week on a Friday. and then that will kind of start your journey, because a lot of things happen when you start creating content. You learn, which is the most important thing, why you stay consistent, because you're always going to want to learn how to make it better than your last one. The algorithm actually starts helping you because you're posting more, and then your community starts growing. So hopefully it just kind of cycles into you saying, okay, I do want to get better. And I do want to post more, and it kind of just feeds off that. So I really wish some of you guys had questions, because I'd like to know what platforms you guys are trying to reach. I think my advice would be the short form video. If you're not sure, or you haven't started yet, or scared, or whatever reason it is why you're not creating yet, I think the short form video is the way to go, just because it's just doing really well right now. Pretty much you can't even go wrong which platform you pick. You should be able to get going. Yes. And get some feedback.
Yes. You just need to get started. A lot of people overthink it. They don't feel comfortable. It's just the best thing is to create something. So what you guys can do is, a lot of you can show your shop, if you have a shop, or your booth. You can make little clips. It doesn't just have to be have to use this product, have to use the transfer, have to use the stamps. It doesn't have to be that. You can make little clips, how you get supplies, how you set up everything in your shop or in your booth, and people love to see those like real videos. They especially do good on TikTok. TikTok is more about realistic videos, and they will promote those, where on Instagram is a little more, everything is a little prettier. For Instagram, I will suggest maybe to actually do little reels, how to make videos, how to,
reels on Instagram are really good right now. There's a really good chance of having them reach reels and TikToks, and even the Facebook shorts, not Facebook, Facebook YouTube shorts. YouTube They're doing their own version of the short form
and
video.
Facebook now has also reels, the same, the one that you post on Instagram, right. You can reuse that content. So when you when we film, we use my phone to film short videos, like for Instagram and for TikTok, and we film that where we use the real camera for our YouTube videos. But that footage that I have in my phone, and my phone is covered in little footage of me, how I'm painting, how I'm applying this, how I'm doing this. I can always go back to that footage, and I can recreate something different out of it. It doesn't have to be, you just film that and you're done. You pause that there and you erase that content. You never erase that. You save it. Yes. And you reuse it. So now we are actually diving into world of Facebook. A lot of people think that Facebook is going down, that that's not so trendy anymore, but that's really not true. People are there and they're watching videos. So it's also,
we just started paying attention to Facebook, and it started responding very well.
It's great platform. So
it was really us not being consistent and paying attention because we had too much.
Yes,
we were just doing other work.
What I really love about Facebook videos, where like on TikTok and Instagram, if you post it, you can link your products. If you have, like, if you're selling online, if you have like Etsy shop or something. What I love about Facebook is that if you post a little video, and it doesn't have to be so long, it can be like 30 seconds, 1 minute, you can link your shop, your website, your Etsy shop, or wherever you are selling, and people can click through that, and you can direct them directly to your place where you're trying to sell the product. So I definitely suggest taking advantage of that, of Facebook. You can reach so much people because there's a lot of people on Facebook watching videos.
It's really a lot. That's why I'm really interested to know, like,
we'll do that
how many. But I want to know how many people are starting out versus how many people are actively, posting on multiple places, because it's overwhelming, really, the amount you can do. You can never really We've broken down our videos to the most efficient way we possibly can. So we're filming with a camera and with an iPhone, and out of one weekly video, we're doing probably, 3 or 4 short videos, one long form video, pictures. So we're trying to optimize the content as best we could.
Yes, and then I also want to say that when I started, I didn't have a lot of views in the beginning on any platform. That's totally fine. So don't be discouraged. If you don't be discouraged and don't expect to post a video on any platform and that video goes viral or you have so many views. I mean, that can happen. That's like
it actually
rare.
No, let's be honest. You guys nowadays have a much better chance because of the way that short form video is shaped and the algorithm and the tools, I guess you can say, at hand. It's much easier now for a small channel to go viral than like, because we're not talking about YouTube, because we started on YouTube.
Yeah.
So TikToks, for example, they go viral just
they can.
You just never even know.
But I just want to
never expect it. So it happens a lot.
It happens, but I just want to tell people, in case it doesn't go viral immediately,
right,
or you don't get so much big growth immediately,
right,
first week or month,
to grow
you know, don't be disappointed. That's totally normal. And there's also algorithm where the platforms are going up and down. So your views might go up and then they will go down. But when it's down, don't be sad. It will go back again. You just have to be consistent with your content putting out there. And that is the best way to grow, just consistency. And I definitely suggest, when you're filming your clips, your footage, just try to have the best lighting you can. If you have an iPhone, the better camera on iPhone, the better it will be the video. People want clear videos, and to have a clear video, you need to have some kind of newer iPhone and good lighting. That is so important. And when you're filming your clips,
natural is the best.
Natural light is the best, of course.
If you have a window or a sliding door to let it in, that would be your best.
But if you don't have it, you can always add, lights, those big lights that we use because we film in the basement. So that is one thing to focus, really to pay attention to, very important. And one thing I learned, and I'm going to tell you this because it took me a really long time to learn, but I want to share it with you guys, is when you film little clips of your project or whatever you're doing, try to get to the point. People want to be to the point. So if you are going to show them how to apply the transfer on a dresser, try to just show them how you're applying transfer on dresser. People are really not interested to see how you're grabbing the transfer and then opening and then all that process. Yes, some people might want to see that, but really majority of people just want to the point.
I think what you're trying to say is when you're filming your videos, you want entertaining footage, you want action footage, edit out anything in between that. That's basically what you're saying. When she, as she got more and more into the short form videos, she just realized that the quicker you show the action and the fun or the cool stuff, the more engaged they are. And that's why I said, if I was starting today, I would definitely go with short form video, because it gives you the maximum potential of reach in today's world right now. And it's not necessarily a lot of work compared to a big video. It's still a decent amount of work. You still got to film it, you still got to do the piece, you still have to edit it. But another thing that I want to mention too before I forget is that if you also are starting out and are new and are having a hard time just creating lots of content, you could always share content. For example, now that we're all in the Prima group, anything of ours can be shared. So, it's an easy way to keep your feed going, is you can share work of people that you like, or whatever that may be that's related to your business or your shop or your message. And that actually counts as a post. It's actually helping the algorithm say, okay, this person's posting. So it's one of the easiest things you can do that I could also recommend for those of you that are low on time and don't have time to make a video every week. You can find the video you like every week, tag the artist. You can use products that maybe you have in your shop or whatever, so you can tag the products and you post it, and you know that it still required effort, but that's minimal compared to the production of your own video.
Yeah, I wanted to say that you guys are all retailers are more than welcome to use any of our videos to grab from like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok.
Right.
You can grab it and you can repost it on your pages. You're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to ask us for permission, since you know we're all in this together, so feel free to do that. If you don't have time, or you know, if you just don't can create content,
or you just need more content to keep your feed
or
healthy.
you need more content,
Just
yes,
keep it putting out.
One thing when I was saying that you can link your products on Facebook, now I know on Instagram that is pretty much new thing. You can post a reel, or you can post a video on Instagram and you can link your shop where that is going directly to take them. Like, so if I use the decoupage paper in that video, I can leave the link for that where they can go and buy it. So that's new, not that new, but pretty new. That wasn't there before. So that's a great also way to send them to your shop, to your website, or wherever you're trying to sell from. So you know, you have to use all this. It's out there, and you just have to. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to do nothing, but you should use all these tools, all these that are out there. It's waiting to be used. It will help you a lot. Yeah. I think so.
Yep, it's really out there. You could build a community, and you can go as hard or take your time. It's up to you. It's really at your pace. There's many ways that we're skimming the surface. There's live streaming. There's private membership services. There's so many angles you can use to help your business grow and make you happy. You know, because at the end of the day, when you take on a lot of work, and we know sometimes it can get to the point where it's stressful, and then what you love becomes stressful. So it really is up to you how much you want to work, and you know, there's kind of like a balance for some people where happiness in work is found, but there's not enough time in the day to tackle everything that you can tackle in today's social media world with a 1 or 2 person team. It's way too much.
And then maybe you can set up a realistic expectation from yourself. Maybe you can be like, okay, I'm going to try to create 1 Instagram this week, and 1 TikTok next week, and then 1 Facebook video next week, and you can try.
I would definitely suggest short form videos, because it's going to give you the most feedback immediately, the most success or gratification. You should get it back shortly, because they're pushing those. The algorithms already helping you push those out to more people than, let's say, a picture.
That's what I wanted to say. Yes. So, now to grow your audience right now in this moment, the best way is to just post videos. That's how we grew all our audience all across the organic. We never paid any promotions, anything. It's all organic, and all we did is just be consistent and try to make better videos than we did last month. You will always try to improve, and people recognize that, you know, and then that's how we grow all our audience. That's the best way. Where pictures now, like, you know, you can still post them. It's not like you don't have to post pictures. Yes,
it's
they're
still
great,
a picture platform,
but it's just not going to bring you that much growth. Like,
the algorithm
videos
won't help you as much. And this changes all the time. That I think I mentioned this in the beginning, how it's always changing. And it is, you know, it is something that you kind of have to keep track of, because it helps you to know this. But yeah, it's always changing. And at the current moment, since there's so many people competing for your attention, and short form videos are taking most of the attention, they're really pushing you out there if you make them. And then the consistency of making them, you know, hopefully will get you better every time. And if what we used to do is just look at other people that were making good ones and try to, at first, you know, you're not really that good. So what you're trying to do is just do what someone else does good. And you're trying to, you know, do that. And with time, you figure that out, and you also figure out what you would like to do to make it yours. And that could be the way you shoot, or the way you talk, or the music you play. But at first, don't overthink it. Just do it. Pick people that you're like, man, I like these videos. I love these videos.
And
and try to do.
And you can try to do them, and you might not like them, and they might not work for you.
We hated our stuff at the beginning.
When I started, my reels didn't go viral to say, or grow, or have a lot of views. While I was trying to do what other people were doing on reels, you know. So the moment one day I was like, I'm going to try something different, something that more suits me, something that is more me, and that is putting classical music instead of putting trendy pop songs, which everybody was doing at that time, like last year on reels. And the moment I started putting classical music and just being more myself, not to even show myself. You don't have to show yourself if you don't feel comfortable. I pretty much don't show myself in TikTok and Reels and Facebook. I show myself on YouTube because it's a different platform. But in these videos, I wasn't. And when that's when I start really growing my Instagram page, and Reels start growing when I found myself, when I was being me, original. So you can try it. It works for a lot of people when you see somebody that you like how they're doing.
Well, no, but that's the process, the consistency. You just kept going, and eventually you turned it into what you thought, you know, hey, this is more me.
Yes.
But that's why the consistency is so important, because to get to that point where, okay, now my community is growing and I know what I'm doing, and you know, you always feel like you know what you're doing, and then in a week everything changes, but you can see the growth. And you know, that's why it's so important to just stay consistent, because eventually you can't really pinpoint the day or the time, but it just starts clicking, and people start realizing, hey, you know, this person is here for real. She's been posting now for months, every day at every Friday or whatever. This person is really creating, and just there's no real like pinpoint moment, but it just grows, and you just start understanding, and you just get better, and then you kind of from there just want to figure out more. Once you're like, okay, now I know how to make an Instagram reel, that's when you start thinking, well, maybe I should go to Facebook, maybe I should go to TikTok. It's about the same thing I'm already doing. Yes. And then it's just like a feedback loop. It just keeps repeating.
Yes. So the thing, what is happening right now, all these social platforms are trying to compete with each other. YouTube, Instagram is trying to compete with TikTok and YouTube, and then Facebook is also trying to compete with YouTube. So while they're all competing, you know, we can take advantage of it and create content, and it will work for us, you know. So let them compete, because they want you to post more content. The more content you post and the better your content is, the more they're going to push you.
It's kind of the equivalent, if anyone here was around using maybe Instagram or Facebook in the early days, and you would post something and pretty much every single person on your feed would get it immediately. People you didn't know were reading it, because they were trying to get a lot of people engaged and interacting, so that you can be like, man, I love this place, and more people come to it. So it's kind of like that. And Instagram was, I remember when Instagram started, and a picture would just go to everyone. And now if you scroll Instagram pictures, you can't go with 2-3 pictures before an advertisement comes up. So this all changes. And when everyone starts watching short form videos, well, then there'll be a bunch of ads on it, and it'll be harder to reach people, and they might start charging us for it and stuff like that. So what Kacha's saying is absolutely right. Right now is the time to take advantage, because while they're using us, we can use them.
Yes, because they want you to succeed. They want you actually to they want you to, for your videos, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, I didn't get views, but really YouTube wants you to for your video to do good. Facebook does want it the same. Instagram, TikTok, they want you. The more people see your video, the more they're going to even push even harder, because they want you to do good. So you need to remember that. And
YouTube is a little harder, and I guess as these webinars go on, we can get more focus into how to create the actual content for which platform. Because YouTube can be a little harder, because you're trying to hold them for a longer time. So everything takes longer, the production, the work, and it's kind of harder to keep their attention. It's almost for someone starting, I would almost I don't want to say it's not worth it. It's always good to learn and know all the platforms, but it's so much worth right now to go on Reels or even a short 3-minute video on Facebook, which we are now going back to all our old videos and remaking them for Facebook as 3-minute videos. Which I know Kacha mentioned earlier that you should save all your content, and this is why, because as you get better down the road, you can go back to your old content and create more out of it. And you just never know what that may be. But I've got a lot of hard drives because I also save, the content from YouTube. So it's a very big file. But
Yes.
I save everything for the last, I don't know how many years. I have it backed up.
I think that right now we don't do really Pinterest that much. We rarely touch it, but I know that now if you make a short form video and you post it on Pinterest, also you can get monetized there as well. So, and then you can reach also a lot of people there. So I will definitely, I know a lot of you use Pinterest, and
that's one platform we do not pay attention to.
I don't want to speak so much about it.
Yeah,
I don't want to speak so much about it, but I know I'm good informed that you can get monetized and they will push your short form videos there as well, because again, they're trying to stay in the game with other social platforms. So we are planning also to expand on that. Just right now it's really tough to cover all this, what we're covering. We're just like struggling.
I think the beginner's guide to success would be pick a platform or two, start making short form videos, try not to overcomplicate things. What I mean by that is just pick trendy songs or songs that you think would fit you. Don't overthink it. Pick short videos that you're like, I love this channel. This channel makes good videos. Try to make something like them and see what your audience thinks, but give yourself, one, some time, and two, just some love, because maybe the first one or the second one gets 10 and 20 views, and it takes you the third or the fourth one to get 400 or 500 views or 2,000 views. Like, just be nice to yourself so you can keep going and stay consistent and just keep trying to improve, but just simple improvements. Like, what's a channel I like? And let me try to do that. Let me just try to make a video like she made this video, but I just made a beautiful purple piece. She did it on a green video. I kind of, like the way she shot it with her phone, and I kind of like the way she put it together, and then do it, and then put it out there, and then move on to the next one. That would be like the beginner's guide to using social media. It would probably bring you a decent amount of success in just a little time, maybe a few months. You should have a community up and growing, just with that.
Yep, I agree. So, and just consistency, that, and be easy on yourself, and you will be easy. That's the most important part. Don't don't be sad or none of that. Just take it easy, step by step. And it will. When I started making reels, at first I didn't know what I was doing. It was so confusing. I'm like, how do you even go to make a reel or TikTok? I was just pressing some buttons there, like trying to see what works, and it can be overwhelming, but once you make few of those, and the good thing is that you can erase them. If you make a reel or TikTok and you post it, and you realize that you made a mistake or you don't like how it looks, you can erase it immediately. So, all our first
videos we ended up taking down. They were really bad. But
that's normal. And then just, if you need to study. My suggestion is, if you're going to make reels, you need to go on the Explorer page on Instagram and watch reels that do really good. So pay attention how other people are making, the one that have a lot of views. You should pay attention and study those, not to copy them, but just to study them, what kind of music they're using, which angles they're using to film, how fast their footage is changing in front of your eyes. So just study those TikToks and reels. It's very important. And as Carlos said, YouTube is much harder platform, very mature platform to say. And but it's not impossible. You can post there too as well.
Yeah, no, definitely.
If you want longer videos.
YouTube is a really good platform because it really wants to push you so that it could make more money, which then you make more money. So
yes,
it really on YouTube comes down to making entertaining content. So I would practice with shorter videos because it is discouraging, and it happens to us all the time, when you make a YouTube video and people don't engage with it because you do spend so much time. It doesn't really matter how the video does. The workload is always the same. She doesn't put any less effort into the piece, or, you know, so it can be a lot more tough on the rewarding system when you put in a lot of work and you don't get what you really want out of it. But these are the things you got to persevere and stick through. I would start with short form video because it's not that kind of work, and it's just much easier to reach an audience, and it will get you in shape of creating content much easier.
And your goal is to reach more audience. The more audience to reach, the more potential buyers you're going to reach, you know. So you just have to jump in it and just do it. And you know, if we can make even, like Carlos said, another webinar in the future, maybe where we go more deep into, like, you know, platform by platform, to, you know, to help you guys if you're interested in that. But yeah, and I would like to actually read some questions if we have, maybe, and answer some questions, Bree.
Yeah, so I'll start with the first question. We'll just go right into it.
All right.
I like this question. What video editor do you use?
Okay, for the YouTube videos, I use Adobe Premiere. You don't have to use that one because that one does cost monthly. There are other ones that you can either purchase one time, and I think there's free editors as well. But for the YouTube videos, we do use that, and for the short form videos, she actually does that on her phone.
Yeah, so for all short form videos that I create, I usually create them in the app. So Reels I create in Instagram, TikTok, on TikTok, and for Facebook I create
Actually, we're starting to do Facebook now on Adobe.
Yeah, we do them both. Adobe,
but we can also use the phone, and
yes, InShot is the app for the phone.
Yes.
InShot. It's an app.
Yes, it's an app, and you can create there also, like for TikTok, for Instagram, or for any platform you can create in that app. Pretty easy to use.
There's a lot of like speculation because you never really know how these algorithms work because they never tell us. But there's a lot of speculation and talk around using their software to make the video may help them when pushing the video. The reason we feel this way is because it definitely happens if you leave the logo. So if you make a video on TikTok and then upload it to Instagram with the TikTok logo, it won't get love. And if you do it the other way, the same thing happens.
Yeah, they actually don't suggest to do that because of what Instagram officially came and like they made a video and they said in the video that
they did announce that.
They announced that was like, they probably announced like 6 months ago, where they say that videos that have TikTok logo won't be promoted at all. They won't get any views.
Either it's more beneficial to just use the software and create the video then and there when you post it, but at the very least, don't have any logos, you know, from other apps, because it may affect the video.
Yes, try to not have any logos. And I don't even put, I know some people will put logo like their own logo, or they will put like their website, you know, this, I just don't see it as TikTok and
you just
Instagram
don't really
like
know, but
that.
it feels like they don't help you
They
when
don't,
you do things like
yeah,
that.
they want organic, clean video without, you know, any text or any logos or anything like that. So what I do to include my logo in my Reels and TikToks, at the very end of my short videos, I put like a picture or two where there on my picture is my logo, so they can see it like for a few seconds, you know, at the very video. So I kind of include it, but I kind of try to work around it. I don't put it on the video, I put it like it's in the picture. So, and it's very small. So I kind of try to do that. and it's been okay. It seems like they don't have problem with that. So and for YouTube also, you can start. I started with iMovie on
Oh, that's right. We
Mac.
started with iMovie because it was free on the Mac.
It's very easy to use.
Yep.
Because
That one's actually really easy.
I use that, and then I do this day. I don't know how to use Adobe, the one that Carlos does for YouTube. I don't know nothing about it. It's complicated to me. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but iMovie is super simple to use. So that's
definitely Adobe is more professional. It's got more tools. It could be more intimidating. I think they have a light version of it, but
it's good. It's really good. You get really good, like, you know, quality professional videos looking. So it just takes some time, right, to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, so for the next question, do you think, well, this is part of from people responses that they send in via form, but after that, we'll see if any of you guys have any questions. Just put in the chat, I have a question, and then we can have you just kind of say it. But do you think it's beneficial to post on social media multiple times a day?
It's beneficial.
Yeah, but that's just if you have the time.
Yeah, it's beneficial. It's definitely beneficial because I follow some people who like kind of teach you about Instagram. That's all they do through Reels. And this person, like, I know he posts like 3-4 times a day, and he doesn't have a huge amount of views on his Reels. He gets some decent amount of views, but he has huge engagement and following because he posts 3 Reels a day. So posting 3 pictures a day, I don't think it will get you far. Like it you know, you can post it, but
it'll still help. Everything helps.
Yeah,
everything helps.
I try to stick when it comes to Reels and TikToks. I say to myself, I like quality over quantity, but really, if I just had more time, I will try to do more quality. You know, I will try to do at least 2-3 Reels a week instead of 1. So if you post multiple times a day, yes, I think that's beneficial. That's definitely beneficial. So no matter what everybody say, you know, it's always good.
If you have the time, if you have the, you know, the tools, it's definitely better to do as much as you can.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Just to kind of add to that, do you create your content all in one day, or do you guys do it in different types of days? Like, do you create your content one day and do it for the full week?
No, we create content every day.
Content
every day. We work. I mean, every day we're working on something.
Right.
But even every day we create
like we
content.
might film and do something with a short video, or take some pictures and film, or edit a short video and film, or edit the big video and edit the short videos. We're starting to get to the point where we want to maximize our work. So we're trying to create more videos out of our weekly project. For example, if we make a dresser, okay, so we have the full-blown dresser for YouTube video, then we have a video for Facebook that's going to be shorter, we have a video for Reels and TikTok that's going to be even shorter. So that's already 4 videos. We've got pictures to go along with it for Instagram. It's going to be linked to all the other social medias. And then now we're going to try to do things like, let's say in that video, we dry brushed as part of the process. Well, maybe we can make a video on dry brushing.
Just only, or how to apply the transfer.
Or we use the transfer, so we can focus on something with transfers, and we can take this same video.
Or have to use a stamp. I was thinking, I'm like, there is no like, you know, I think there's need to be one video made where just like, okay, this is how you stamp, like, because I know some people are intimidated by that product. So
right, so
you know,
we're just thinking along, how can we make more content out of one piece of content? Because it's better. It is better. It's just more work, but it is better to post more. And obviously you want to give it your best when you post, and you want to keep it relevant to your community, but it is better. It's always better. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Another question. That was good. Another question is, can you delete a YouTube short? I can't see an option to do that. Do you guys know?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Yes, you can. You have to go in
Creator Studio.
Creator Studio, and if you can go either on your computer, or you can get an app, Creator Studio app for your phone, and you can erase it in there. Yeah, you can delete it, but
Yeah, you can control your entire channel from the Creator Studio.
Mhm.
So you definitely can delete those.
And also, yeah, you can delete it. Also, you can lock it down so it's not visible to anybody. That's also another thing.
Oh,
to
right.
do.
You can remove it from being able
Visible.
to, yeah, view. by the
Nobody can
public.
see it except you. So you can do that too. You can log it down. So yeah, definitely you can do that.
Awesome. And I know, Kacha, you shared this with me yesterday, and I know you want to let them know as well. And let's say some of the retailers want to use your content, like videos, pictures, all of that. I know you said that they're more than welcome to use it. As far as for how would they be able to grab that from your social media? Would they be asking you, or did you have a way for them to be able to get that for free?
So you can get it TikTok. Okay, so let's say TikTok, you want to grab it from I think from Facebook is probably, I don't know how to save it on Facebook, but I know on TikTok. So on TikTok, you can just literally, you know, there is an option where you click on the video and it says save the video,
Right.
and you save it to your phone. The problem is that it will have TikTok logo. So what you can do, you can go to my TikTok, copy the link of my TikTok that you want to take it down. You go to the website, it's called musicaldown.com, and you put that link over there, and it will convert the video. The music will stay, everything will stay, but you will lose the TikTok logo. So that's an option.
Musical down or
Musical down.
something like
Yes, .com.
And if not, just search for remove TikTok watermark from my video.
Yes.
And something of that nature should come up.
On Instagram, you just go to a reel and you click just save to your camera roll. Today, I tried to do that on my own reel, and there was no that option. So I was so confused because that happened this morning. You can also record the screen. Some people do that, to record the screen on your phone, and then you cut it out so you can just reuse it that way too. But yeah, that's the only one. I think the hardest one is pretty much, I don't think it's possible to save, is YouTube.
There's a lot of interest in people just want high quality ones. We can just send them to you, Bree, and you can just send them out. I don't know if that could get too involved. I think you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so that could be a possibility that we can do something like that. Jackie did share a link in the group chat for anyone that wants to copy and paste that. It's a application on desktop where you go to Instagram video. You can possibly do Facebook. I'm not sure, but I do have another one for that. TikTok, right? TikTok, Instagram video. You copy the link. So you go to the 3 little dots on the side. You copy that link, and then you insert it into the web browser, into that little thing where it says copy link, and then it downloads it straight to your computer. So you
oh wow, that's great.
You can use that one as well. We just wanted to add that since it's something that we've personally used. It's user friendly for a beginner as well.
Yeah. Actually, the Redesign with Prima page is a perfect example of how reposting works. That's what you guys do, and you've grown a whole community with it. It helps. It really does help. So you guys can repost people from the network, your friends, even people you don't know. If you ask them for permission, It's almost always guaranteed they're going to say, of course you can use it. Just please credit me. And no one has ever had a problem with it.
I think I don't know. I mean, for us, you don't have to ask us for permission. I know a lot of people want to be asked for the permission. And as long as you tag them, tag their name in the description, that's all they want, pretty much.
All the creators really want is that you credit them, and they're usually never giving you a problem.
So many big pages, with millions of views, that they will ask us for permission, and then they will just take it down, and they will repost it, and they get more views than I do. They get like
Yeah.
millions of views on one of my reel or one of my TikToks. So, but they always
there's a
have
lot
me.
of things that start happening once you consistently start creating content and growing a community. Yeah, other pages will reach out to you. All sorts of other things come into play, and it's really cool. It's really great. But
Yeah.
you do start small and slow. And the first, I would say, 2 years of our social media career were very boring, very slow, and a lot of learning and figuring things out. But we took a long time. I don't think you need 2 years to be successful.
Yeah, I think social media just changes quickly. It changes every single time that you go on there. There's always different things for you to like learn, different things to do within that video. And as beginners, I think these little apps like InShot, the Inflect website that you can use, those are just easy ways to just grab content. And like Kacha said, she's more than welcome to give you guys that content permission. We also give you guys permission to use our content, our reels. I know we have some retailers that reshare them on their business page, or they grab them as well because they've found out different ways to do that. There is another question. Could they go into, they asked if the media, the videos that we upload or the ones that you guys have, can they go in the retailer group? So that's something we can talk to Sharon and Haley about, if that's something we can do for you guys. If not, we can always give you guys other tips and tricks where you guys can just grab them easily.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So other than that, we don't have any other questions, I would say, in the response form or in the chat. Does anyone else have any questions they would like to ask? Personally ask Kacha. And if you guys, does anyone have any? I don't know if everyone's shy. I'm just kidding.
You guys can ask any question if you have.
This is your chance.
If you didn't understand something or you want something to understand better, of course, we're here for you. So
I have a question for retailers on behalf of them. If they were a retailer trying to get not just viewers, but make sales, what kind of content would you suggest they start with first?
I would suggest to find content, hopefully with the products they're trying to sell, or create that content. So if you're trying to sell, a particular floral stamp, then I would either, let's say Kacha did a piece with that, with that transfer already, I would, even use that as a way to.
yes, or if there is no content that anybody had created, I will create a content. So if there is a product that I want to be, that I want to like, okay, I have stamps, I want to, or I got stuck on stamps today, decor wax. Okay, so you can just make I will make a reel, I will make a video. This
is why what she said earlier is so important, where she says, I save, we actually bought a phone, which we never used to do before, with all the storage we could buy, because she saves all her old reels. So now, let's say she wanted to say, I love this wax. This is Decor wax, whatever shade you may happen to love. And then you've got a really quick 3 clips, 5 clips that you can show of you using that wax on the pieces, because you've saved all your videos, and you're going to recycle through products. You're going to use the same colors and the same eventually. So it makes it much easier.
But it makes. But if you don't have any content, like you're starting now fresh,
you have to make
let's say you want to sell small transfers, I will just create content from scratch. I will grab an end table, and I will just paint it and film everything, every step, how I apply it, and then I will put it out there. Like I will, put it on every social platform that exists out there, and then
don't be scared to try things. Maybe you can come out and say, hey, look, I use this small transfer, and look at this beauty that I created, and maybe that works. Or maybe you just need really hit music with a couple clips, and then the transfer at the end with a link. Maybe that works. It really takes a while to figure out what's going to work for you and what you're good at.
Yeah.
It takes that's where the consistency comes in. If you keep doing it, these answers just come up. Like, okay, well, you're good at this and you need to work on this. And there's a lot of experimenting. There's really a lot of I don't know what I'm doing to this. It's like there's a lot of that. It's not uncommon to be like, I'm not really sure what to do, so I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it'll work. We do that all the time.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get it. And you don't have to do furniture if you know you can't or you don't have time. You can even do a small project, even DIY. People love to watch DIY projects.
Yes.
And the Redesign with Prima can be used on small projects, on trays and jewelry boxes. Like, you know, there's all kind of things that you can use.
DIY will get you a much broader audience than furniture.
DIY will get you, more viewers on any social platform, because just everybody loves DIY, where not everybody loves painted furniture. A lot of people don't agree with that furniture should be painted. But DIY, yes, there is nobody's going to come and tell you, oh, how dare you repaint that tray. Because, you know, and then you can just use small projects and just make multiple like videos a week with small projects. How to create mold from scratch. Like, this is a mold, this is what you put it in, this is how you take it out, this is how you glue it, this is how you paint it. People like to see that, and I will just give them little clips of that, like from every step of the way. And then at the end, I will show them like even how I put decor wax on it.
That was blue, yeah. Did you hear
that? Was our. So
that sounded weird.
Yeah, that's another way to go too. So I will just show them everything. So if there's no content being created on that already from other influencers, people that use Redesign with Prima,
right?
Then you can just
then you have, if what you want doesn't exist, you have to make it. And if it exists, then you have the option of using it for, you know, it's a less of a struggle to download a video and take off the watermark and re-upload it and maybe add a voiceover than to actually make the video. You have an option of, you know, quicker.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I would add to that a little bit to Sharon's question. I think a lot of people, as a consumer, I want to know the retailer, you know, I want to know their personality, just how they act. I want to see them on social media. I want to see their behind the scenes if they're doing a class. So I've seen some retailers also do some DIY classes, some jewelry box classes, some the globe classes, and they're putting that on social media. They're doing little flyers here and there. So me as a consumer, and
you just did one with Art Venture.
Right.
Yeah,
I would like
have to share that.
Right.
That's all good. That's more live streaming. That's why I say the world is just so big on social
No, but
media.
even if you let's say you hold a class, like Bray say, you have a class and you know you make little clips of this person creating this person creating this, and you put that little reel of 15 seconds. People love to see that, and
you
that
can definitely advertise if you're doing classes in your shop. That's a good way to advertise them, to show everyone kind of having fun and make it into a 30-second segment of, you know, your class that weekend.
And show them like, okay, this is what we're going, you just have to go in front of the camera. That's the best way to, like, if you're going to promote the class, the best way is just to go right there in front of the camera and say, we're doing the class this day and we're going to create this or something similar, and you show them and do really quickly. That will catch people attention and you're going to reach a lot of people. So the Breeze, totally, I agree with you on that.
Yes, overall, people just want to connect with you guys. They just want to get to know you.
Yes.
Sometimes just posting a flyer or a picture isn't really enough. But I think marketing, social media, all of that, it's never ending. It's never going to end. It's never going to stop. It's always really important to invest in that, even if it's starting your Instagram or if it's starting a little TikTok. You might not go viral, but you'll be able to share with your consumers, with your customers. Oh, here's a link to a project I did if you want to know how to do this. Or you'll just be able to get out there a little bit more than just, you know, putting flyers at your store or, you know, staying within what you know. It's always good to just expand a little bit more here and there.
I've seen shops go live. I've seen shops go live and do either live classes, which seems to be successful. They've done live sales. Like I've seen people just go live on their shop and just do a sale.
Or just a tour, live tour.
Or a live tour. There's so many ways to get your community, what Bree was talking about, more engaged with, you know, your shop and your business. Then there's just so many ways you can do it. But those are definitely some that I've seen on YouTube. I've seen people live stream on YouTube, and they seem to do pretty well. I mean, you have to build a community some way or the other. It doesn't matter which way you want to go about it. If you just want to focus on Facebook, that's fine. If you just want to focus here, there, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going to focus on it, you know, tend to it, treat it like, you know, treat it with respect, like with consistency, and you're going to grow your community. And then anything you decide to do, they'll go with you. So that's when all these things, like when you say, well, I just want to do a live class. Well, if you've got a community of 500 people that know, believe me, they're going to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not 500, but you're going to get signed up.
But you will get 5.
If you've got
if not
500
more.
engaged people, that's why it's really important that it's organic. You know, don't ever pay for this stuff or try to boost your numbers in any fake way. If you have 500 people or even 100 people that are in your community, you've got a community. You've got a fan base. They're loyal. They want you. They've already made the connection that, you know, they like you and they're going to follow you. What this means is they're literally, you know, your fan. They're almost like your friend. You're in their life. They're coming to see you daily or weekly. This is a community, and that's what you want, because once you can get 10, 100, 500, you understand what it takes to build and hold a community. And it's really just a wholesome message. Just love what you do it consistently, and then they're gonna want to be part of it, and they will come join and watch and
just be you. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best thing for me to, you know, when you're going to create videos, and if you're going to include yourself, just be yourself, and people always recognize that, and people always appreciate that.
At the beginning, you want to micromanage everything because you've got the time and you don't have the experience. So at the beginning, I'll be honest, we answered every single comment and every single email. And if someone,
message,
you know, needed to get on the phone because their problem was so big, we'd do that. It was, you know, you pay attention. It got to the point where we couldn't do it anymore, though. So that kind of sucks because it's cool to do that. It's cool to really know these people. But you can't do that after a certain time. It's just too many. And you still do meet some and interact with some, but it's just it's a problem of numbers. It becomes a problem of numbers when you get to a certain point.
It's not the same. Like when you have smaller community, you know, you guys
can't answer 5,000 or 1,000 or even 200. You know, it's just weird because we have the internet now. But a normal day, you would never conversate with 200 people. You'd be exhausted. That's a lot of people in a, you know, you're up for 18 hours, let's say. That's a lot of people. So it comes to a point where it's just a numbers thing where you just can't do it anymore. But at the beginning, you definitely can and should.
Yeah, I definitely suggest that. To grow community is so important to pay attention to those people who are leaving you comments and who are liking and who are asking you questions. Is so important to pay attention to them. You know, we always did that. We did that for a really long time. I will always answer messages, everything, answer questions. I unfortunately came to the point that I can't. It's way too many messages in one day. And how do I pick and choose whose message?
Yeah, it'll get to the point where you have to choose. Do I go back to work or do I keep answering emails and comments?
Yeah, but it's important. It's because of the community, that the people that were there when I started, they are still here to this day in my community on YouTube. They still watch my videos to this day. It's just because we created that bond when I was starting and when I had time to, you know, have conversation with them and answer their questions and messages. So it just feels good. You know, there's, you know, some faces that when I see that they left a comment, it feels nice. It feels like, I don't know.
You definitely develop the sense of community because these people will be around you for a long time and you talk to them and you know their name and you don't really know what they look like or where they live, but you know who they are. Yeah. Because of how many conversations you had.
So yeah, definitely we suggest to build a community, to, you know, very important.
Any other questions?
And then Sharon also put retailers, could add a short video when new product is in, show off the new products. That's what we always encourage. Just go out, you have the product in hand. A lot of people, we were talking about this, a lot of consumers just want to see the live shot of a product instead of a picture or things like that. So just finding creative ways to show off the product. Does anyone else have any other questions that they want to ask? I know we're already like 5 minutes.
That's all right.
Anyone else going once?
I don't even see the chat here, so.
Well, because you gotta scroll.
Oh, okay.
It won't show to everyone at once. Oh, the chat we can't see.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions that we've had. Anyone else want to ask something? Kacha and Carlos are here to answer any question. But I think if that's it, then we're gonna have to end the session here.
Yeah, so I hope you guys found this helpful. We share a lot of information with you today. This is probably a lot, sometimes it's a lot to process. This is all the knowledge that we gain through years working on social media every day, constantly. If you use these tools that we told you today, I know that you will see the growth in numbers, that you will help your shop and your store and in social media. So just have patience and just be consistent. I think I will suggest that, right?
Yeah, and just be nice to yourself. I know it's hard for some people to get into new apps and really get in there, and it's frustrating, and just take it easy. Find one that's good for you, that you do understand, because you don't need to kill yourself over this. You don't need to post on 5 multiple platforms 3 times a day. You can be really successful in just one place.
Yes.
You can build a community pretty much on any of these apps. So don't kill yourself. If you're frustrated, well, then just narrow it down to one, and ask for some help if you need it. There's plenty of tutorials online. There's people you could email or message, and it could be hard at times, but you can figure it out. You can do it, and just be light on yourself, because I know sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's real easy for me to catch on, and sometimes it's not. And it takes a lot of trial and error and a lot of frustration. Sometimes I want to give up when I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
So I understand. And sometimes giving up is the right thing. I want to be honest. There's some projects we're destined not to complete successfully. It's just life.
And pretty much you can learn everything on YouTube, really. Like how to create a reel, how to create TikTok, how to do this. Pretty much you can go on YouTube and there's people who make tutorials on that. And if you follow step by step, how do I post a reel? Even that, like simple as that, because when you start, you don't know, how do I post a reel on Insta? Like I never done that. So you can just.
Fortunately, it's the best time to get the information.
Yeah.
Pretty much
on YouTube.
Instantly.
Yeah.
You can find the problem. You can find the answer to the problem instantly. It's kind of a beautiful time for that. You could do that.
Yep. And
but
I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you did, we can do it again. We can dive more deep into
this is a more general, broad discussion of social media, but if you guys ever want to dive deeper in anything, then just let us know and we can give you what we've learned.
Yes, well, I want to thank you, Kacha and Carlos, for just coming on here and just sharing your knowledge, a little bit of, what social media is, what platforms to get on. I know it can be overwhelming with just having so many platforms to, like, where do I start? Do I keep doing what I'm doing? But it's great to just get more knowledge and just kind of a better understanding from someone else that does it. Like this is their full-time job, they're always consistently working at it. Just like for a lot of you guys as retailers, main priority is to make sales. And but I think the biggest thing is just finding the creativity and finding different ways to make those sales, not just like, here you go, this is what we're selling, but how can the consumer, the buyer connect with you and trust you and want to buy from you. At the end of the day, they're always going to choose, who they love, what store they love. and it's not, at the end of the day, it's not always social media. It can be the in-store. How are you creating the feel for that? And then that brings in, you know, a little bit more of that. But I want to thank you guys for literally taking your time to do this. I know that I learned a lot from it and a lot of us here. And like I said, yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes, but you start with the small. You can start on Facebook, start today on Facebook, tomorrow on Instagram, and YouTube is your best friend. Google is your best friend. And we'll be sharing, I'll send these to Haley, but we can share some of the links that have been helpful for us. Kacha and Carlos can also send maybe some tips and tricks written down with just some things that has helped them. And then, yeah, would love to possibly in the future, we can do a little bit more in depth of how to use Instagram, Reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. So
I think that will be good. Yeah, I think that will be good because there's so much to go into details, and we will need just a whole session just to talk about Instagram for 1 hour, how to go deep into that, but we can definitely do it.
Yes. So thank you so much for joining, everyone. And if you have any feedback, make sure to let us know. You can email Haley or Sharon or put it in the retailer group. We'd love to hear just kind of what we can do better or what you liked overall. But thank you guys for joining.
Thank you guys. And we will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hold on.
Not sure what to press here. I think it's back here. Let me see. Oh, God.
Do you guys want us to stay on, Bree?
Bree, you need to stop